Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the first podcast for my channel. I don't know what the podcast is going to be called, so comment below and tell me what you think I should call it. I want this podcast to be about people who have been through things and have overcome their obstacles. And my first guest is...
Hi guys, my name is Mina.
And Mina and I have gotten to know each other very well, and she's told me some things about her, and I'm like, she'd be the perfect one to have on my podcast because I feel like she has overcome some obstacles. So the point of the podcast, they're gonna tell me their life story, and I will ask questions along the way. So with all of that being said, let's start. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And also, please consider becoming a Patreon for just $5 a month. You get extra freebies. I have after show podcasts. So just for $5, if you're interested, you can see what we talk about after the show. And there are other prizes and whatnot. If you can't do that, at least subscribe to the channel. So, let's get into it. Mina, tell me about yourself. Let's start from day one. When's your birthday? Do you know what time you popped out? Things like that?
So, that's a good question. So, funny. I was born in April. I know that much. Which day in April, I'm unsure. I was
Really?
literally, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I was told for all of my life my birthday is April 19th.
Okay.
I got my birth certificate, my social security card. My birth certificate says April 17th.
Oh.
It does not say that that's the day that it was filed. It just says that that's my birthday.
Really?
So, I went to get my permit Saturday. This past Saturday.
Okay.
I took the permit test and I passed. So I'll be on the road soon. But now my driver's license will have April 17th as my birthday. And for 44 years I've been celebrating it on the 19th.
So that just means you technically have 2 birthdays.
I was going to say, should I celebrate for 3 days?
Yes. You should celebrate for a week.
I celebrate for 2 weeks.
Not 2 weeks.
I do.
Why?
Because the week...
That's too much.
So it's
That's too much.
the week leading up to my birthday and the weekend of my birthday.
No.
And then the following week after my birthday and that weekend. And then it's May and then I'm done.
Why does... I'm not saying that you're not special, but why does your birthday deserve a 2-week celebration?
This birthday deserved a 2-week celebration because I'm the only one of my mother's children that made it to be 44 years old.
That is wonderful and depressing.
At the same time.
So,
absolutely.
Let's try to unpack some of that.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but my mother had 4 children, myself, my brother, two brothers and a sister.
Okay.
And we were really cool. We were really tight as kids. We got along pretty good.
Okay.
We did all either mom or dad. So
Right.
sister had issue with dad and moved out when she was 14.
Where does a 14-year-old go?
To live with a man who's way older than her. And yeah, that's just what happened. She was 14. She left home.
And live with a man older than
Yeah,
her?
he had to be. He didn't look 14. Not to me anyway. But
And
hey,
then what happened?
that was something that mom allowed at the time. So well, now I can't even say she allowed it. My sister left. It was really nothing my mom could do.
Okay.
She didn't come back home either, so she was grown. She made her life. She went in the military and everything.
So she left at 14
And didn't come back.
until?
Well, she was going to, but it just never happened.
Okay.
And
Why didn't it happen?
so she had some deep-rooted issues, I believe.
Okay.
But she ended up dying in a car accident,
Well-
which I don't believe was an accident. And I'll continue to say this.
Well, I mean, that would be a reason
Yeah.
why you didn't come back. Okay.
Hell of a reason.
I'm very sorry for your
Yeah.
loss.
Thank you, Jazz. It's been some time, and I miss her, but she still lives through me. You know, I still have her teachers. I still have a lot of memories, a lot of things. I'll never forget her.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What about your other? Not to be pushy, but you said you're the only sibling left.
Of my mom, yes.
Okay, so your other. So now we're down to two others, right?
Yes.
What?
So my older brother
Yes.
was a good kid that had bad habits, and he liked the street life.
Okay.
So he liked to live, live a reckless lifestyle in the
Okay.
streets, and the streets ultimately led him to lose his life.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was murdered in 1988 by a group of brothers.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was horrific because I was 13 when it happened,
Right.
and I can never forget this day. Like, it's embedded in my head. So it was like hard to go through.
Right.
I think what I remember the most is the continuous news coverage and me having to watch my brother body being carried out of the house.
Over
Like
and over.
over and over.
It was on the
and over.
news?
It was on the news. It happened in 1988. And they said that
I'm gonna look this up after the podcast.
Sure,
I'm
you-
not gonna
you definitely
bring
can.
that up to you again.
It's okay.
But I'm saying,
So I'm gonna say this. It used to be really hard for me to talk about it,
right.
but as life goes on, like, his daughter is 30 now. 30. Yeah, his daughter is 30 now.
Right. Right.
He had one child.
Right. Okay.
So she's 30.
right.
And in order for her to know, I had to keep his memory alive. I had to be able to talk about him to her so that she can get some sense of who her dad was, because she would never meet him
Does she-
because she was just 2 months old.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
So. All right. So he died. And it was all over the news.
It was.
I can't imagine what that's like. Because you hear so many, like, the families having to relive it over and over and over. And especially nowadays, we live in an age where, like, 24/7 news.
Right.
So maybe if you turn to another news station, it might not be on. But today, between CNN and ABC and CBS,
And Fox and
And Fox
NBC
and
and ABC,
the
yes.
whole alphabet.
C-SPAN, everyone, yes. AZW.
you know they have 3 C-SPANs?
Yeah.
So
It's ridiculous.
So between all these news outlets,
You mean all these lie outlets?
yeah, CNN's good in my opinion.
Okay.
But if the motor is big enough, you're not going to get away from it.
You're not.
It's going to be on all the stations.
Yeah, and they don't, I don't think the reporters, the casters, the vetters, the producers get how traumatic that can be for the family.
They're just trying to get a good story.
Of course, until it's their family. Then they want all the privacy in the world.
And then they're like, get that kid out of my face.
Yes, for the family's sake, we're going to have to keep everything private. We're going to be quiet. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
That's another thing I kind of want to bring up really quick, especially when it comes, because I want to, anytime I have someone of color, I want to talk about, like, issues. It's something I notice, if a black person is murdered, I notice, in a lot of areas, they give, or no, I should say this. If there's a black on black crime, they give away all the information immediately.
They do.
Like, as they could. But if it's like white people killing white people, or people killing, like,
They call
multiple-
them unarmed suspects,
Yeah,
who may
who may or
may not be a danger, who may or may not need help because they may or may not have had a bad life, when we have indeed have had a hard life from the beginning, and we get no chance, no breaks, no cuts.
And here's how I feel like, and then the other issue when it comes to crime, I feel like with races, is when a white person commits a crime, they may have, like you said, mental illness, the homeless, all these issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a black person, oh, they're just a monster. They're this and this. They don't get the same.
So you're using crime as an example. I
You know
was
what I
talking
mean?
to a manager,
Yeah.
and I can't understand how they're creating safe houses for people to get high.
Oh yes,
Because
I hate that.
because of the fact that it's damaging the Caucasian community and their
Now.
families. Now, when it was the crack epidemic, and
No
it was
one gave a
destroying the
damn.
black kids and the black families, they were locking up the fathers. They were, making the moms do whatever the case may be, live
Exactly.
in single parent households. Put the DHS is taking the children out of the homes. The children are being placed with people who don't love them, care for them, or want them.
Exactly.
And now these children are out here messed up.
And then here's how I feel.
But now, because it's
For white people.
is a different drug geared to a different dynamic, they want to make a
It's
safe
an
house.
outrage. It's an outrage.
Now they want to legalize the selling of the drug. You can come here, bring your drugs here. We'll have clean needles for you. We'll have clean this and that for you. You can be safe and do it here, so that way you don't overdose. They didn't care if we overdosed. They didn't care if we killed ourselves. They didn't care, and they still don't care.
This is in Kensington, right?
Yes.
I am so angry. Like, I wish I could go to like when they have their town hall meetings, I wish I could go. The other thing that bothers, what I will say is, if people like commit crimes or whatever, either everyone has a mental illness and you check everybody, or you check no one.
Absolutely.
If I commit a crime, why don't I get the same treatment? Why can't you give me a psych test just like you would give another race or Caucasian the psych? You know what I mean? Like, and what you said, I think
We don't. I guess we don't have psychological issues.
we're just monsters.
You know.
We were born horrible people.
Yeah. Just look at us. Don't we look scary? Aren't you scared of me now?
Yeah, but that's not why. Because we've talked in the past, and I'm like, that's a scary. I'm going to tell you, I'm paraphrasing. My mom, when she was in the army, she had one woman, I'm paraphrasing, she told me that this white lady would follow her into the shower, and back then they thought she might have been gay or something like that, so they were going to, I guess, beat her up or whatever. Turns out, she had been in a farm her whole life, was convinced. Somebody told her that black people had tails. And all she was trying to do was see my mom's tail. Nothing sexual, nothing.
So she had some really stupid parents, is what you're telling me.
She said it was one of her, she said that she was such a sweetheart, like the actual girl.
And she probably was. And the fact that she was so oblivious to the fact that no one is born with a tail except an animal.
Well, no, there'll be some cases on like Ripley's, believe it or not, where babies have tails, but it's like an undeveloped.
It's right.
Something.
So that's like a birth defect, though. Like, let's call that what it really is.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing nobody walking around with no tails out here.
That's true.
But I guess that would, clear up the evolution theory of that we come from
monkeys.
Monkeys.
So moving along, so your one sibling was in a car accident that you think was suicide.
I do.
Your brother, he died tragically at the hands of violence.
Yes.
And then your other sibling.
My final sibling is my brother Ron. Big boy, that's what I call him. Called him actually, I called him Fat Ass, because that was his name.
Was he a fat ass?
He was a fat ass. He weighed over 300 pounds. He was a big guy.
Okay.
So that's what I called him. I was Aunt Tay, like A-N-T, not aunt. I was aunt because I'm little.
Right.
And, and we have another sibling who's, he has a different mom.
Right.
But we're like really, really close. His name is Tony.
Okay.
He's Bird.
Oh,
So so it's Fat Ass, Aunt, and Bird.
Why is he Bird?
He's Bird because we don't know. I don't know. I just started calling him Bird one day, and it stuck.
Remind me after the after show, like when this is off, I gotta tell you something that's pretty funny.
Okay.
Nickname.
So I have a picture of us. I'll send to you, the three of us, because we always take pictures every time the three of B, Bird, and Fat Ass.
Did you dress up as one for Halloween?
We never dressed up for Halloween.
How would you dress up to be a fat ass?
He would just come outside.
Okay, but you could get a hair costume, and your cousin could have got the bird costume.
Right, and we would have been
the new age Fat Albert crew.
Right, probably.
Yes.
That would have been cool.
Yes.
But he had a bad heart.
Okay.
And he was changing his lifestyle, but it was just too little, too late.
Okay.
So his heart couldn't manage his weight any longer, and one day he was having a conversation with his wife. This is right after their wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
And while they were having a conversation, he just dropped dead.
That's a good way to go, though. to be having a conversation with your wife, thinking everything's great. Not good for her to see.
Not at all.
But you know what I mean? As you
Yeah.
wonder, that's a great way to go.
Yeah, and it's so funny because this was like when the lottery, it was like a big Mega Million lottery, and he was like, we were talking through inbox the night before, and he was like, yeah, we just got back from Red Lobster. I said, so what you going to do? I said, you love Red Lobster, it's nasty, but what you going to do if you win the lottery? He said, man, my wife going to get matching Cadillacs. I said, typical nigga shit. He said, well, what would you do? I said, so if I had the money, if I won, I would obtain a building and I would buy all kind of restaurant equipment, and I would set up service to help single mothers feed their children, or single parents, and I would feed single parents and children that couldn't afford to eat on
I
a
hope
daily
he felt
basis.
guilty.
You know what he said?
What?
Oh man, you ain't gonna never win. You wanna do great shit with the money. You ain't gonna never win. And he's right.
He's right. People who have good intentions.
They have
never
anyone
win
who has
anything.
great intentions or will not, destroy the money or F it up in a major way is definitely not going to get it.
And if he would have gotten it, I'm sure, rest his soul.
He and his wife would
Would have-
definitely have had matching Cadillacs. I might have had an emblem around my neck on a chain, but they would have had the actual whips.
And then I would have sold the chain and got money.
Right.
So I'm very sorry for all your losses for your siblings.
Thank
so
you. I miss them so much too. So this birthday was like super important to me because my brother passed away 6 months before his birthday to be 44. My older brother, he was 19 when he was murdered, and my
Right.
sister was in her 20s when she died. So I just felt like I had to live life for them. I had to show them how, if they turned 44, how they should have partied. So I showed off a little bit, Jazz. I went out there and I shook some stuff, and I did some things, and I had some drinks, and I had a ball, and I really enjoyed myself.
do you remember your birthday? Like, no, nothing.
So I have like flashes of the nights. Because I know the first night is like a blur.
Okay.
The second night it was like I couldn't really get myself together all day, so it was like 5 o'clock when I finally like rolled out the bed.
I've had it.
And then I'm like, all right, let me get in the shower. So about 7:30, 8 o'clock, I went to my niece's house, and she had karaoke.
Yes.
So the funny thing about this karaoke is I had no voice from the night before. So can you imagine me trying to sing?
I bet it was beautiful.
It was horrendous. So I already can't sing, okay? Let's just be clear. Then they played one of my most favorite songs, which was Vivian Green's Emotional Roller Coaster, because I'm just an emotional wreck all the time. I'm not going to sing it.
Oh, why not?
I'll hum it. No, I won't.
No, it's a.
I'll let you hear it later. But yeah, so it like gets me to my soul sometimes. So when I sing it, I'll be like,
So you think you sound like this?
And I do all
and
the
everybody else.
Yeah, so my niece recorded me, and she was on live on Facebook, and
She
I
was just
singing.
embarrassing you.
When I went back and saw that video, Jazz, I was like, ew. Look, it was like, and that's how I sound.
That sounds beautiful. That is a beautiful sound.
Nice.
Wait, you haven't seen the movie Us? Because if you had, I would have showed you something. Because there were massive memes and things, and there's this one. Because, like, it's not good. If you haven't seen Us yet, it's about to come on Blu-ray. You suck. I'm going to ruin it. Anyway.
I guess I suck.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. Anyway, there's, like, part of it, not you. You don't suck. But, like, everyone else, you have to see it. But there's a scene where, like, they say how they think they sound, how they actually sound, and there's like a Twitter video that went out. I was screaming. I fell out my recliner.
Oh my gosh,
home.
Jazz.
I was screaming. And my mom's like, but at this time, like, my cousin and I, we sent memes to each other back and forth. So that entire week had been memes about the movie. So she's like, is this another one of your movie memes? I said, yes. She's like, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about this Us and these themes and you niggling. I'm I'm not snickering. I am full on cackling, like losing my shit.
Listen,
Like,
and when it's funny, you got to give a gut busting laugh,
I
okay?
was screaming.
Good.
And I sent it to my cousin, and she told me, my one cousin, she's like, never do that again. I was drinking something that came out my nose.
Oh, that happened to me the other day while I was drinking coffee. So I was smelling coffee the whole way home.
No.
I was so mad. I was like, why? I keep smelling coffee. And I'm like, oh shit, it came out my nose.
I had a pomegranate margarita once, and I was laughing and it shot out. It hurt
Oh,
so bad.
I know that liquor burns.
So I was laughing and crying and coughing, and somebody must have thought I was mentally ill. I was just not holding it
Did
together.
anybody look try to help?
No, my family, well, my friends, like, well, as long as because she was in nursing school, she's like, as long as you're coughing, you're fine.
Absolutely.
I said, thanks.
That means you're getting air.
I said, thanks, friend. So moving right along, what about so you grew up before all the tragedy, you guys had a great life?
Yeah, we did. We had a pretty solid life. Like, even though, you know, my mom just had us, my dad had some children before he married my mom.
Okay.
And we were all a close family. Like,
The Black Brady Bunch?
pretty much.
Okay.
More like Kate plus 8. It was a
You
lot.
don't
It
wanna
was
do
more
that.
because it was more than 6 of us. Like the Brady Bunch was just 3 or 3 boys. It's so many of us.
As long as you never lived in one house, I guess.
We have all lived in the same house, just not all at the same time.
You think you would have killed each other?
Yeah, for sure. No.
Yay.
Well, not me, because
Okay.
I'm the baby. So I was like the loved one. I got away with everything. The only one that wouldn't give me my way is my big brother Ryan, fat ass. And that's why he's fat ass.
So, that poor Ron. I mean, I'm sure, I wish he was still here so he could give testimony.
Oh my
And
goodness.
claims.
No, I'm glad he's not here because he would tell y'all all my deepest, darkest stuff.
He would
And
just,
like,
like, throw
he
you
would
out
give
the
you, no,
door.
he would tell you all my nicknames that he really gave me because I'm not telling y'all those.
Okay, you gotta give me one.
Hell no.
You can't open
Okay,
up.
okay,
Give me
okay.
one.
So my last name is Simpson. Our
Yeah.
last name is Simpson.
Yeah.
So, oh God, the show came out. You know, The Simpsons. Now, so I couldn't be Lisa.
Yes.
I couldn't be Maggie. He
Yeah.
called me Jamilly Willie Fart Bart. So you like that? Huh?
I'm not gonna call you that because that's rude.
Yeah, so that was his Jamilly Willie Fart Bart Jr.
If I call you that, I'm gonna come back and find you like unscrewing the tires on my chair. What you
No.
doing?
I would never.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't want you to hurt yourself, Jazz. I get you another way.
No, you can't.
No.
Costs a lot of money.
I
But
know.
anyway,
Don't cheer. I ain't
Yeah.
messing with that.
moving right along. So Miss Simpson, you
Yes.
know, so you grew up. What was it like when you grew up? Obviously, you went to high school, all of that.
Yeah,
What did you
I
do
didn't
with-
like high school. I only went so my mom didn't beat my ass. Real talk. I mean, high school was okay. I went to Bach, right? So
Bach?
I had friends. Yeah, I went to Bach High School in
Where's
South
Bach?
Philly on 18.
Is it still there?
No,
Oh,
they
sorry.
closed it. My daughter was alumni for them too, and what happened was they shut the school down in her 11th grade year.
Was it a Catholic school?
It's a vocational technical school, so it was a trade school.
What?
So that's where you can learn to get.
Right.
You could go there and get culinary, nursing, cosmetology, business, auto mechanics, machine shop, carpentry. You can
Right.
learn to do anything in there, and so it's like a job readiness school, pretty much. You
I
can
like
come out
those.
and start a career. And I chose business, and I hated my teacher because my typing teacher. No, yeah, my typing teacher, her breath stank.
Did you? This is gonna be rude, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Were there computers or typewriters?
You're cute.
She's gonna beat my ass after the fact. She's like, I know where your office is.
There were typewriters, but guess what we had on our typewriters? Auto correction tape. Ha!
What is auto
So when you
Joke's on me. What is
yes
auto
now
correction
so
tape?
so before we advanced on the typewriter, if you made a mistake, you would have to get white out, put the white out on your letter, wait for it to dry before you could type over it. So by the time I started typing,
Yeah.
you could type, you mess up, you hit auto correct, and it had white out inside of the printer already. So we just go back and cover it up, and then you could type over it. Advanced. Yeah, go ahead with your YouTube and all that.